ask Chris myself where Malik Monk fits into this, because Malik
That's a
Monk,
good question.
as Detroit Pistons insider James L. Edwards III expects the Pistons to heavily pursue Nick Claxton and Malik Monk. As this is the quote, as for other realistic free agent options, I think Detroit goes heavily after the likes of Malik Monk, Nick Claxton, and Gary Harris. Monk feels like someone the Pistons will heavily prioritize due to the team's need for legitimate three-point shooting and off-the-dribble shot creation. So, Chris, I mean, I'm be honest. I mean, I know Cade Cunningham, he's not a bad shooter, but that's not really his bag, right? So, I just off the top of your head, does it feel like Malik would go in? I would assume so. I know Jaden Ivey played better towards the end of the season, but he would come in, and they have Quentin. They've had a lot of guys, but do you think Malik would come in and be the clear-cut second option? I would assume so, but
yeah, I mean, I would assume so. I just don't really like, this would be the this would be the answer to when we were confused in Malik's, I think, exit interview when he said, I could go and take more money to play in a worse situation. And we were like, are you saying, no, you literally could do that? Or are you saying I could do that, but I want to, like, I don't want to because I want to be in a winning. So it would, I think that would just kind of be the answer to that. Cause yeah, I mean, Detroit, what is there for Malik in Detroit besides opportunity and potentially money? I mean, if you're realistically someone who is, you know, maybe Malik doesn't. Maybe Malik truly is somebody who looks at his career and says, look, I was coming out of Kentucky. People thought I was going to be the one that was most likely to become like a star, had a lot of star potential. And I never got to live up to it. I mean, in Charlotte, that would have been a good opportunity. They didn't give it to me. I got to show out with the Lakers a bit. That was great. Kind of build my brand a bit. Sacramento kind of established my foundation, established my brand. Now let me go try and be that star again in a situation where it is kind of similar to where he entered in Charlotte, where they aren't going anywhere. They need help. They have a necessity for a guy like Malik. I just don't know if once you've tasted a winning situation, I don't know if you can go back to willingly signing up to go play with the Detroit Pistons. Like, they're at that
for
point
25
now.
mil. You give me 25 mil, I'm gone.
I don't know. Like, I mean, Frank, I mean, here in Sacramento, we've been in the situation where the Pistons have been in before, where the Pistons are the worst team in the league. They were the laughing stock of the league this season. Nobody took anything the Pistons did this season seriously. The Kings have been there before. And being in that situation, I'll tell you, I don't know if there's any money in the world that could have convinced people come to this Sacramento. And I know it's a little bit different, 16-year playoff drought versus, you know, the Pistons have had some success and they are in the East. But I just feel like when you're that bad, I don't even know if money is good enough to convince people to go to your situation. Maybe Malik's a bit of a specific case because he is looking for a scoring role, but I don't know, man. Like, that's a really tough situation to just voluntarily think you can uplift when, I mean, you know, you got to have some self-awareness there. Malik is he's not even like a Paul George kind of guy where maybe Paul George can say, hey, I'm a good enough player to where I can take us maybe to a play-in spot. Malik, he's a great role player. I don't know if Malik Monk going to the Pistons makes anyone believe, oh man, they can maybe, you know, contend or contend for a play-in spot just because Malik Monk was added.
He's 26 years old.
Yeah.
He just turned 26 in February.
Yep.
So basically, and I know Prime can go into your early 30s, but essentially he will be playing his prime years wherever he signs this 4-year deal, assuming it's a 4-year deal. So do you want to play the next 4 years as the dude who probably, as you're turning it around, you're probably going to be a free agent again. Yeah. And then maybe you get another bag because you're 30, 31 at that point. So do you want to do that, or do you want to and maybe be the dude or the number 2 dude behind Cade Cunningham and get paid a little bit more? Because I'm not going to Detroit. You like golfing, and I know there's some pretty golf out there
right.
in Michigan, depending on the month.
Yeah.
So you are not golfing as often. I know you can get on the lakes and things like that, but that is a specific time period, like right now.
Yes.
If you are Malik Monk, so do you want to go that route for? And it depends. Like I said, you go $25 million. It's hard, man. Maybe, it's hard, but $23 million to be in Detroit versus $20 million to be in Orlando. I'll probably go Orlando.
Yeah, I'd do Orlando.
I would probably do Orlando. No taxes and things like that.
The world's best training facility or whatever Bobby Marks was saying.
Right. With the Taj Mahal
that's
training facilities.
That's right.
You can golf all the time. And we're just saying this is stuff that has been reported to be important to Malik Monk. He doesn't necessarily need the big market anymore. So that's a team who I respect the Pistons for trying. Like, nobody wants to stink, and no fan base deserves to have their team just stink. But if you're Malik Monk at 26 years old, and we really don't know. I mean, when we talk about the up and coming players, and I know we just looked up the one where Keegan Murray wasn't on that list.
Yeah,
I really don't know what the projections for Cade Cunningham even are.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Because, he missed all last season with, I think, his shin injury. He's been good when he's played, but, clearly it hasn't resulted in wins or anything like that. And, it's a mess of a situation, man. Like, they, lost 27 straight games or whatever it was this year, and then ended up with the 5th pick in the draft. Like, there's not really many signs that organization is going anywhere near a positive direction. It's not like they're even being fun. When OKC sucked, at least they were taking Poku. They were, making crazy trades. They were getting all these first round picks.
Right.
Detroit just sucks, and I don't really know what the plan to get out of suck is. I guess it is
Malik Monk.
To pay Malik Monk. And again, I would push back and say, okay, you sign Malik Monk, then what? Like, what is your guys' next move? Like, I don't think he's a saver.
No, is Malik Monk as your number 2? Is he good enough to? Malik Monk is your number 2 if Cade Cunningham becomes that dude, and they got a couple other guys. Is he good enough? Because you got to figure where the Pistons' line is now, because they stink. So, hey, their line is let's get to the play-in. Mm-hmm. Is Malik Monk in the East, healthy, playing like he played with the Kings? Is he good enough to get the Pistons to the play-in within the next 4 years? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's different. I think,
let me hold on. Jalen Duren.
Yep.
He's not bad. Okay. You got Cade. You got your boy, Buddy Boeheim. I'm kidding. Malachi Flynn.
You're just saying names.
Fontecchio. Somebody called Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan. He's a free agent.
Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
Chimezie Metu.
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey.
You're definitely selling
They still got Beef Stew.
Yeah.
They got Asar Thompson, the Thompson twins.
Sure. Yeah. I just think it's different, man. Like, think about here in Sacramento, Malik, being the second option versus being what Malik was here. I even think that's a huge leap. Like, here in Sacramento, you knew Domas was going to bring something every night. You assumed Fox was going to bring something every night. And then it was like, Malik, we expect you to kind of be that third scorer, but if you're not on, we still got Keegan. We still got Kevin. Right. Hey, maybe an HB night will happen. Who knows? If you're talking in Detroit, he has to be the second best player every single night for them, if not some nights best player for them. I just think that's a completely different level of expectation. I also kind of think, we saw what Malik was at the end of the year sometimes. Like, he can't always, like, the fond memories of Malik are, of course, amazing, and those are much more than the bad memories, but he had some bad games. He had some single-digit performances last year, and that's not something you can have if you're the second option on the team.